This is what would happen if a smart ape wasn't raised by James Franco. Better Man is directed by Michael Gracie and is the biopic of UK pop sensation and idol Robbie Williams. So, what did I think about it? Well, let's talk about it and give it a score. Acting. So, let's get this off of my chest. It is a biopic that stars a monkey, or well, someone mocapping a monkey as the lead role. Now, this is the hook. I think if they made a biopic about Robbie Williams for the American audience without doing the CGI monkey route, I honestly think it would probably be a lot worse than it probably will be in the box office because it doesn't have a straight hook. Now, of course, this is all mocapped by Jono Davies, who also does the acting for Robbie Williams as the monkey. Robbie Williams also does a lot of voiceover throughout the film, kind of giving you extra context, as well as throwing in a funny quip here and there. There's a lot of other good acting within the film. Rochelle Bano plays Nicole Appleton, and she's great. I mean, the scenes where she needs to be emotional and give you that raw performance, she does a really good job. She also has a lot of moments where she's happy and gives you that just beautiful bliss, and then other times just devastation. I would also probably say that one of my other favorite performances was by Steve Pemberton, who played Peter Williams, the father of Robbie Williams. The way he plays his character is just brilliant. You understand him, but you hate him, and you don't understand his decisions at times, but then you understand it. There's a whole circle, and it's a lot of interesting themes that this film goes through. I will say that there isn't a standout performance that I had jaw on the floor, mostly due to the CGI monkey, because you can't get that true, raw, real emotion, and it's hard to connect with the monkey when everyone else is human. It was a risk, and it works at times, but also doesn't. So with acting, I'm only going to give it a half a star out of 1. Visuals. So let's just say the CGI for the monkey is absolutely phenomenal. It's what you expect in these times during this year without having a rushed look. They also do filters throughout the time frames to kind of give you a sense of time period without strictly telling you what year it is in general, and I thought that was very effective. The film starts out really grainy and progressively gets more HD throughout the entire film, and I thought it was brilliant because it was so subtle throughout the film. It wasn't subtle at the beginning. I kind of went, no way is it going to look like this the whole way through, but it doesn't. It kind of fades away very slowly and progressively through the film. The shots, the wardrobe, the choreography, a lot of the visual aspects of this film are nailed so well. But there's an issue. I don't think it was done on purpose. And if it was to be, I guess, more artsy, I apologize. I just didn't see it that way. But there are a lot of green screen backgrounds in this film that are so bad. They're very obvious because you have a CGI monkey who's done really, really well in front of a really bad background. You have a real human in front of a really bad background consistently throughout the whole film, and that is why I'm only going to give it a half a star out of 1 within this category. Audio. Well, first off, I would like to say I apologize to any UK viewer that listens to Robbie Williams. Anyone who actually listens to Robbie Williams, I apologize. I had never heard of this man before. I had not heard any of his music or the boy band he was in, any of their music at any period of my life. But for the sake of the movie, the way they use the music is brilliant. A lot of artists, a lot of musicians, even filmmakers usually tell stories about emotion that they're going through or feeling, and you can progressively see the difference of how their mind is during their time frames of being an artist. And in this film, it's done so well. You see the pop all the way to the slower, more deeper meaning songs that he has laced throughout the film and progressively getting to a point to where he can accept what his demons are. The theme of demons and forgiveness is laced within his music, but it's slow, it's progressive, and towards the end, it's there, and it's beautiful. The audio's there, it's great. I don't have any issues with it whatsoever, so that is why I'm going to give it a full star out of 1 within this category. Story, well, again, a biopic is hard to judge because it is about someone's life. And to give a number about someone's life of how intriguing it is somewhat difficult. But stripping away the human side of that and kind of going, does this work as a story? I have to say, yes. This is easily one of my favorite biopics of all time. It's done really, really well. I have always stated with biopics is even if the person is super interesting, their story has to be intriguing enough to make a movie out of it. There are certain biopics in which I will not name that I feel lighten the load of the stakes that are within this person's life. Robbie Williams, as me not knowing who this man was, watching him go through what he went through and the struggles he went through, it's amazing how the dude is still alive. It's heartbreaking, it's gripping, it's emotional. At times it's very exciting and very happy and cheerful, but then it brings this somber tone because there are those demons that he has. And the way that they depict his demons that he has, it is so perfect. You straight up get horrified. I will not lie. You are with Robbie Williams and you go, holy crap, I am scared of his demons, because it's done incredibly well. The pacing, the twists and turns that this film kind of goes through, the resolution of everything, the fact that it didn't need, as far as I know, because I walk out as soon as usually the credits start rolling, it didn't need the typical biopic, here's what happened, here's this, here's that. It didn't need that because it closed the movie in basically perfect fashion. So that's why in the story category, I'm going to give it a full star because it's just done so well. Enjoyment. Again, for the third straight time, I'm going to state, I didn't know who Robbie Williams was, never heard his music, never heard the boy band's music, never, ever, ever, until the past few months where everyone in the UK has pretty much been spamming TikTok with all of his music. And I do think that it was a smart play to make him a monkey, because I think that biopics are generally hard to pitch, especially if the artist isn't as well known from a different country to the United States. It was a risk, and I know that this film is not going to be particularly seen by a lot of Americans, which is sad. This is opening weekend in my country of the United States, and it was in a theater room in which usually is the third week of release for a film. It's the smaller theater, less seats, and I felt bad. After watching the movie, I can genuinely say if this was released in the United States, kind of all throughout the nation, it would probably make my top 15 list. It's honestly that good. Everything about this film is pure magic, emotion, and I loved it, and that's why I'm going to give it a full star out of 1 within this category. So, if you're keeping track at home, that means Better Man gets 4 out of 5 stars. I think this movie is great.